HEX versus Ether ROI from launch, normalized ROI since launch, respectively. And as you can see, we are currently sitting at a little over 100x from launch price. Beautiful. And this is happening on around day 513 or so. This is slightly off from actual launch because I believe the actual launch was December 4th, 2019, but this is only charting market data starting around December 14th. So it's about 10 days off or so. So if you're like, wait, it's day 523 of HEX's existence, well, that's why this is kind of off. So we're 100x, a little over 100x above our launch price, which on day 513, whereas for Ether, it took, day 657 or so to reach that level. So definitely about 20% faster. HEX is acting 20% faster. It's moving 20% faster than Ethereum was during its first 500-600 days from launch. And this is a chart I wanted to end up on, is the fact that, like I said, we've talked about price extension here on this HEX ETH ROI performance index is essentially, I'll explain it again, even though I've explained it in the past. If you map this green curve, which is Ethereum, to just a line, right? And then divide the HEX ROI by the Ether ROI, then you have this line for Ethereum, so you can more easily see whether HEX was underperforming or overperforming during that time. So it's a little more clear. And you can see that we reached a level of about 23.5x above Ethereum on day 146, and we are at 22x now. So we're fast approaching the highest level of extension we've ever been on this model, which corresponds to our local top of about 60% of a penny back in May of 2020. So we're quickly approaching. Again, one single data point isn't really enough to say, well, once we reach that, then we're going to start turning back. It's really not that easy. Just a single data point doesn't tell you much, although it might be slightly insightful to just kind of elucidate on how far extended we are on this model. And just for fun, let's go ahead and end on the HEX versus BTC, because we have completely blasted right through that. As you can tell, we were kind of choppy, consolidating around this level of equivalence on par with Bitcoin's ROI from launch, and now we just kind of had this spike, whereas it took Bitcoin like a month or so to have that spike from where we are today. So things are definitely getting very interesting, especially if you consider, well, this area of Bitcoin was more or less a bear market, right? We were coming out of the depths of a bear market, whereas the market conditions now are very different, in my opinion. Like, some people claim that we could be in a double peak cycle. So if you were to consider that, well, then Bitcoin is kind of in this area over here, I guess you could say, before, we've definitely been consolidating for a while. Some people are speculating maybe we'll consolidate a bit longer, hit the 20-week moving average before a final blow off top, maybe past 100K or so. So given that we might still be in a bull market, or not that we might still be in a bull market, but that the bull market might continue longer than anticipated for coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which has been on a tear, then I think that almost invalidates this kind of region right here, in the sense that HEX might just blast right through and overperform to levels we've never seen before on this HEX BTC chart, because the highest level we've been overextended was around 4.6x or so. Again, same region around over here when we had our local peak. This corresponded to that 23-24x on overextension on the HEX Ether chart. So 4.59, so 4.6x approximately, and we're only around 3x or so, which gives us room for another 50% move or so, which would put HEX at around 8 pennies. So that is that analysis for you.